So this other thing that I'm seeing is a lot of energy around women's health, women's healing, sexual healing, with anything that is woman specific around health, around healing, and whatever's required to start to let go. Yeah, sometimes healing sucks. Sometimes this sucks. So healing seems like, oh, it should just be super nurturing and light and fluffy and wonderful. It's not. It's not. Especially around deep sexual trauma. And we're being asked to look at it because deep sexual trauma will prohibit everything in your life. It will. It will. It will prohibit the fullness of your career, the fullness of your love, the fullness of your relationship, the fullness of your sex, the fullness of how you raise your babies. Deep sexual trauma will prohibit the fullness of you. Deep any sort of trauma. And so we're in this place where we can go into this in a supported, safe, nurtured, loving space into some of our deepest fears, some of the most hidden stuff. And by the way, this doesn't just come from this life. And it can be so subtle. It doesn't have to be something super treacherous from childhood. It's not that. It could literally be an uncle said something inappropriate to you when you were 12 years old. And there is a thing that just sits in your system that just blocks something because it was just really icky. So here is a practice that you can do. Feel. And thinking is really good right now too. So we've got Mercury, which is communication, planet of communication, planet like able to translate into word, mind, is sitting right up in the mix. It's just too good to be true. Journal. Talk. It's normally I'm not telling you to talk. Normally I'm saying get out of your head because it's limiting you. But now a lot of this will arise, and it will arise from the depths. At least it's a potentiality. Don't get stuck in there. Don't just stay in there. But it's on offer. So something that you can do is just feel into some of those memories. What are your first memories? First icky memories, any icky memory. Now, it doesn't just have to be about sex. So any icky memory around body image for women, huge right now. Huge. Name a place of your body you hate. I bet you there's a part of your body that you don't like. And if there isn't, kudos, sister. Can you start holding circle on body image? Because we need that in the world, right? There are not a whole lot of women who can stand in front of a camera, who can be totally seen, or can stand naked, right? Who can just stand naked and go, this is me. This is me. I'm comfortable in all of this. Is all of me. This is what I've got, right? Like these scars, these tiger mark. I don't even know what we call those, right? This is me, and I love it. I love it. So body image and feeling into that now is an amazing time to start to heal our relationship to our bodies as women. It's also an amazing time to start doing some work with moon cycle. And if moon cycle, you're like, what in the heck is moon cycle, right? That's bleeding. That is what your body does every month. And if you're beyond the stage of bleeding, or you're not to the stage of bleeding, starting to really honor that stage that you're in. So especially beyond bleeding, right? Honoring this new rhythm that you've stepped into, this new cycle that you're stepping into, there's a new flame inside now from this place. Honoring that, right? And for those who are still in whatever the word is, right? For those of us who are still, is to honor the blood. How grossed out are you, right? Like we've got to get real about this stuff. We have to get real about it. Does it gross you out? Do you hate being bloated? Do you hate being crampy? Probably you get crampy and you have really tough periods because you're still working on your relationship to the feminine. You're still working on the relationship to your body, right? There's still a part that is ashamed or embarrassed or feels icky or feels gross or like, I stink. What? Like, this is you. So anytime you don't like something, that is like sending daggers, especially around the feminine, right? That's like sending daggers into that part of self, into the feminine. That we talk about this. I want to open. I want to come into my feminine, but I hate when I bleed and I think I stink and it's just really gross and I want to like put a tampon in so I can pretend like I don't have my period and I'm just gonna keep go and I'm not gonna honor the fact that I just want to hibernate. I just want to go inside. Every time that is our relationship to a very serious part of our feminine nature. So looking at that, now is the time to do it. Looking at that. So it's not just sexual trauma, sexual wounding, all of that stuff. And I also hate saying sexual trauma and sexual wounding because that's annoying. That's annoying. It annoys me because it's like, oh, just this small category of like, oh, not me. I will tell you that there is not a woman on this planet who comes into the fullness of her sexuality without some work. Why? Because we live in a really distorted society around sex. It is disgusting. There is not a woman who comes into womanhood who hasn't somewhere along the lines, right, been affected by the distortions around sex. There is just not. Unless she's raised on like the islands with the warrior, princess warrior, what is that movie? Warrior woman, Wonder Woman, right? Like maybe on that island. I don't know, but there's still no men around and they still had some shit with the masculine, right? Like they were still like, the masculine, she's gonna have some issues. She's going to. It's the other thing. When we start to look at sacred union, we've got the two goddesses of the sacred union sitting right in this eclipse, right in this healing energy. We've got to look at our deepest energetics around the masculine. The stuff that's been hidden, the stuff that's unconscious, the stuff that goes beyond this life. It's not just these experiences in this life, right? It's what is that deep relationship to the masculine. What was and you can start with this life, right? You can go, what was my relationship to the first masculine energy in my life? Father. How was it? How present was he? How in his divine masculine was he? Right? And then moving on to partner, right? Again, this could be men or women. I don't care. Just who's holding the masculine. And you might be holding the masculine, for crying out loud. And then you just need to look at the feminine, right? So we all hold all of it. Like that's just the reality of it. We all hold all of it. So it's looking at what is my relationship to the feminine? How much do I honor the raw, pure, true nature of the feminine? How much do I honor it, right? How much do I honor the chaotic unpredictability of the feminine? There's another component of it. How much do I honor the emotional, dramatic, so-called dramatic, ever-changing wildness of the feminine? How much do I honor that? How much do I honor that? How do I talk about women? How do I talk about women? And then feeling into the masculine and getting real with yourself. How much do I value masculine traits of getting things done, having goals, accomplishing things, being straight and steady and reliable and having a fucking agenda all of the time and a plan, right? How much do I honor that? Where am I out of balance?